Hey everybody, Nathan Ronen, the CFA here with another update for any candidate, but primarily level 1 candidates who are sitting for the CFA exam and, have a very good question. Hey Nathan, how long does it take to study for the exam? How many mock exams should I do? How many hours do I need to put in? What should I read? For those people that are looking for fixed rules to passing your CFA exam, whether it be level 1, level 2, or level 3, you may want to listen to this because I'm going to reveal the silver bullet that you're all looking for. Okay, if you'd like to continue hearing these kind of updates as I post them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, please do press the subscribe button and the notifications bell now so that you get them wherever they appear on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever my marketing people do it. Okay, one of the reasons a lot of candidates end up not following through on the CFA program, they might take level 1, pass, or they might fail, but they don't go through the whole process, is because they get very frustrated. And the reason that they get very frustrated, and I admit I can understand that, is that they're seeking guidance and they're listening to a lot of people out there who are giving advice on how to pass the exam, or how they got the 90th percentile, or how they passed without studying, or whatever the person is saying, and it makes them question their own way of studying. Okay? In other words, a lot of people leave the CFA program because they listened to somebody, or a few people, they came up with some fixed rules that worked for those people, and then they applied it to themselves, and it didn't work. Well, let me ask you a question. Why would you expect it to work? It's not personalized, it's not customized. Are you exactly as the person you're looking at, or do you think you are? Think about it also this way. When you were in high school, or when you were in college, or when you were in your graduate program, wasn't there the person who had to study a lot for an exam to get a good result? And then right next to him or her was another person who barely put in any effort, spent a quarter of the time, studied the night before, and got a very similar result. Does that always happen? You've seen it happen. Can it happen with the CFA exam? Yes. But it's not really good to continuously compare yourself to other people in terms of your preparation. You've got to understand you're a unique individual. So the silver bullet that I'm telling you is, there is no silver bullet. If there was a silver bullet, a fixed rule, A, B, C, D, E, to passing any CFA exam, everybody would follow it. There would be no other advice given, and everybody would pass the exam, and there would be a 100% pass rate. It doesn't exist. So keep in mind, when you see things like, oh, all you need is 300 hours, or you need the full 9 months to prepare that CFA Institute gives you, or you don't need to do any mock exams, or you need to do 20 mock exams, or you need to do all 10,000 questions in a database to pass your CFA Level 1 exam, or you need to do 20 mock exams to pass Level 2. You're going to hear these things a lot of times over and over again by pundits. Some of them are going to be very anonymous, like on Reddit. Okay, some of them will be on forums like Analyst Forum. Some of them will be on websites. Some of them will be just, putting up their own, scores and saying, hey, here's how I got to be in the 90th percentile. Okay. They're going to make you feel like you're already behind before you've even begun studying because they are misguiding you with all kinds of fixed rules. There are none. Now, when I was a candidate and I took the actual level 1 exam, I didn't have to spend personally as much time as the average person may have done for level 1 because I came in with a lot of the knowledge from my MBA program at the University of Chicago, the Graduate School of Business. But I still took a review class. Why did I take a review class? Because I realized that I can always learn. I never thought, oh, I know everything, or I know how to prepare for the exam, or I know how to take an exam. I realized that it was a different kind of exam, and any tools, anything that somebody can give me is worth it, because to resit or retake the exam would be much more expensive in terms of my time. My time has value. Time is money, not just the registration fee that you pay to retake the exam. And what I did was I just took a review class with a very good instructor who not only answered my questions on things I didn't know, told me when I was wasting my time on things that I didn't need to know or didn't need to worry about, and also showed me how to do things a little bit quicker than I had known before, even though I went to an MBA program. You can never stop learning from people. Don't cut those people out, okay? 300 hours, 400 hours, 500 hours, I don't know. I didn't count it. I wasn't sitting there with a watch. And if I was using a watch, then I'd have to add all that time that I was looking at my watch to see how much time I'm spending. Waste of time. Just study, okay? Just study, okay? Don't worry about, do I need to use X company's books or this company's books or, do I need to read the CFA books? What you need to do is you need to have a structured program that works for you as an individual, that's customized to you. Because if you don't think you're unique, then you better learn one of the most important things in life. You are unique. I think you're unique, and I don't even know you, because no two people are the same, okay? And when I am advising people, I never tell them, oh, you got to spend 300 hours. Oh, yeah, no, you could definitely pass it if you spend only 4 months. Or, yeah, you will hear people tell that to you because they want to get you off the phone. They want to get you off the forum. They want to end the conversation. So they let you hear what you want to hear. Okay. What you need to do is you need to prepare for the exam. You do need to rely on the CFA curriculum because that's where the questions come from on the exam. Okay. Could you possibly pass it just reading some prep providers' books? Yeah, but that's generally not the best way to do it or the most safest way to do it. Okay, you want to learn something from the process, and you also want to understand what you're learning, and you want to see how things come together. So you want to use the CFA curriculum as your base because that's where your exam comes from, but at the same time you want to know how to study for the exam or what to do or what not to do. Okay, now when I say how to do it or what to do, what not to do, again, it's not fixed rules. It's all going to be based on how much time can you allocate? How can I tell you to study, oh yeah, you need to study for level 1, 4 hours a day, and you don't have 4 hours a day or 8 hours a day to put in? You got to make it work to you, to your advantage. We need to look at what you are as a person. What exam cycle are you taking? May, August, November, February? Is this your first time taking it? Second time taking it? We're going to look at a lot of things. And then together we determine, first of all, which exam cycle you might want to consider and why, if you haven't already selected one. And if you have selected one, then how much time do we have? What can we accomplish? What can't we accomplish? Okay? And those are the kinds of things. And how many hours do you need to put in per day? Because you are unique. I need to know your work schedule. I need to know your study schedule. I need to know married, single, divorced. Do you have time? You don't have time. All of those things matter. Okay? Now, that is one takeaway that you should get from this, is that you are unique and that there are no fixed rules that apply to everybody. So I cannot tell you it's going to take you 300 hours. I have had people use my program for level 1, just watch my videos and pass. Would I recommend that to everybody? Absolutely not. Never. I would never do that. Have I had people, study 800 hours and didn't get the result that they want? I'm going to be honest. It happens. Okay. But why? Because they didn't really have a structured program. They just were looking at the number of hours that they were studying. You need to do things efficiently and effectively. They go together. E&E, efficient and effective, because your time is money, your time is valuable, and you want a result. You want to pass. You don't want to sit for the exam twice, 3 times, 4 times. Okay? So you don't need to measure yourself against other people. Why? Because you don't know who they are and you don't know how you differ from them. I love when people come to me and they say, hey, Nathan, I just did this mock exam from whatever, source or whatever, and I looked at how other people did and I got a 47%. The average was a 62. Does that mean I'm failing? And I'm like, well, do you know who the other people are that took the mock exam? No. Do you know how they took the exam? Did you do it honestly? Did you keep your book open or closed? Oh, no, I did it closed. How do you know they did? How do you know they didn't do it, with open book or open notes? You don't know. So what are you worried about? Let's not waste time, okay? Looking for fixed rules, looking for silver bullets. Let's devise something that works for you, because what's going to work for you is not going to necessarily work for everybody else, okay? A lot of times you're going to feel like when you listen to these forums or Reddit or whoever, you don't even know who's telling you advice. You might feel like you're not doing enough, and you might be doing more than enough for you, okay? But you don't really need to have these or look for these fixed rules, because they really don't work for everybody. And they work for some people, but they don't work for everybody. Okay? So don't let other people's timelines, don't let other people's strategies make you question your own, okay? Because that's a big mistake you can make. Work with somebody who's going to listen to you, and they're going to show you that, hey, based on what you're telling me, this is probably what's going to work best for you, as opposed to somebody who's just going to say, oh, this is what I tell everybody to do, you do it too, and you'll be fine. Doesn't work. So again, that's the recommendation that I'm making to you. Let's devise something that is specific and helpful to you as a person. I can't help but emphasize that enough. And when I'm working with my candidates at level 1, level 2, level 3, I provide them with that personal access. I provide them with that personal study plan because I want them to have a personal, customized study plan that is structured and that says, okay, this is what I need to do now. This is what I need to do next. This is how much I have to put in based on my schedule, based on my background. No, I'm not going to excessively emphasize fixed income when I have a strong fixed income background. Yes, I am going to put a lot of fixed income because fixed income gives me trouble. Yes, no, I'm not going to skip derivatives because it's only 5% of the exam and I don't understand derivatives. No. We're going to work something out that works for you. And if that's interesting to you, visit my website, chalkandboard.org. That's CHALK and board, BOARD, chalkandboard.org. Look online, you'll see that people have constantly said, yeah, Nathan really sits down and does a session with you on Zoom or over the phone or whatever, and it works. And you should be able to pass the next time. You should be able to pass on your first time. Stop putting the pressure that you got to follow somebody else's story, somebody else's rules, and make them your own, because you really don't, because they probably just don't apply. And even if you get across the minimum passing score on this exam, you might flounder at the next level, and you don't want to do that. Okay, that's my advice for you today: is structure, focus, concentration. Don't worry about other people's strategies. Don't worry about other people's, story. Let's create our own together and make it work for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.